So what I'm going to do now is create an ad for the boosted post that we created for either a just listed or a price reduction or a regular listed ad, open house, whichever it is. Follow this same strategy so that you can do the best post as possible for the least amount of money. So what we'll do is we'll go up to the top right and we'll hit create ad. Make sure you're logged into your ads manager as well. We're now going to do engagement. And because we already created the post, it's already going to show up when we're ready. Okay? Now, I always forget because they just made this different, but you want to name your campaign. So scroll up to the top and delete what's in there. I'm going to name this test post campaign. Now, if I were you, I would name it after the property address. And if you're going to do just listed, then I would put the words just listed. If this is for an open house, I would put, open house. Basically, do everything according to the property address and then title it accordingly for what the ad is about. Okay, so we've pressed engagement here. Post engagement is what you want. And now we're going to hit continue. And with the ad set name up here, once again, normally I just do the address, the property address. And for the most part, you'll be able to use this same ad set if you wanted to later. So, you can duplicate it for all sorts of things. So like I said, I'm just going to do test post there just so that something's in there. Anytime you see any of these blue dialog boxes, this is Facebook's way of trying to get things to be easier for you. I typically close them out just so that they're not in the way. As you can see, they pop up quite often. As far as I know, there's no way to turn that off, unfortunately. Now, as far as things go, custom audience for this in particular, you're going to leave that empty. When we get into some of the more advanced stuff, you can pull in custom audiences here. For those custom audiences that you've already set up, whether it be your email list, whether it be a first-time homebuyer list or some sort of demographic like that, if you've created some of those custom audiences, you could press in here and pull in that custom audience here. Okay, but I'll do that in a different video from this one. In locations, one of the keys here is you want everyone or people who live in this location. So make sure you always click people who live in the location. If you don't click that, then it could be that people are actually traveling through the area and they'll see your ad as well. Okay, now the property that we were doing the post for was in Colts Neck, New Jersey. So you would put the name Colts Neck in there. For us, because this is a high-end property, we actually want to reach into New York City. So I'm going to change this to 40 miles for the radius. And as you can see, and I pressed enter there, by the way. As you can see, it basically starts to go into all of the areas close to Philadelphia, in through New York, all around this area. Okay. Now I'll scroll down. I also know in this property that people in their mid to late 30s all the way up through 50 are most likely to buy this home. So I'll go ahead and do 50 there. I want the ad to go to both men and women. No particular language, so I leave that empty. Now this is kind of where the magic starts, okay? You add in the demographic detailed targeting here. I always start with Zillow and basically the big three, Trulia and Realtor.com. Now Facebook will start to give you some of these detailed targets, and all these detailed targets are who is the person that is most likely to respond to this ad. Okay, I'm going to put homes.com, and all I'm doing is as it's giving these to me, I'm clicking on them. Likely to move. This is not a home for a first-time home buyer, but if you were in a first-time home buyer area, you could definitely click first-time home buyer. This is definitely not a home where if you're a renter, you're going to go up into it. It's too high in the demographic. But house hunting maybe. Buying a house, yes. I'm also going to type in here homeowner because this is a move-up house. You definitely want to do somebody that's already a homeowner, or homeowner as a demographic. You can see over in the right-hand column, you can see 141 million plus, almost 142 million people are registered homeowners on the site. So we'll click that. That's probably pretty good for right now. Now I could put other things in this area, but for the most part, you've already told Facebook enough information. So what I'll do is I'll click outside here. I'm going to do what I always do, where I narrow the audience now by excluding realtors. Realtors already have the information you want in the MLS, so don't waste your money serving ads to realtors. It's just kind of pointless. Okay, so we'll do realtors. If you scroll down, one of my favorites here is realtor licensed right here. So we'll click that. And then if you do real estate agent, it will pull up the job title of real estate agent. You definitely want to take that off. You want to take off real estate broker. Okay. There's lots of interest there, so you can take that off. Now I also do Zillow, but not the regular Zillow. I do Premier Agent, because in order to be a Premier Agent for Zillow, you have to have registered, which means you're also a realtor. So we take that off. I'm also going to do Realtor.com Pro. I'm going to do Realtor Magazine, because those that get Realtor Magazine are realtors. So I'm going to cross that. And lastly, I always do one that you may not know much about, but it's the Real Estate Agent Directory. This has over 220,000 registered in the U.S. real estate agents. So you definitely want to choose that one. Okay? That's probably enough. Again, you're telling Facebook that's enough. Just exclude all the realtors. All right, like I said here before, anytime you see these blue boxes come up, just close that. Now, we definitely do not want to do automatic placements, because I want to hyper-focus where this is going to for the best results. There are generic ads that you can do where automatic placements is just fine, but for a listing ad, I don't recommend it. So hit Edit Placements here. We go down here. All devices are recommended. Yes, technically they are. But in this case, we're not going to do Instagram. And for Facebook, we're going to take off the right column. So just click that and ignore that. And your feeds will both be in the mobile and on desktop. Now, for the most part, people are going to respond to this on mobile. So when you look at your stats, don't be surprised if the majority of your clicks are coming from mobile, at close to 80-90% sometimes. Okay, let's say the daily budget. You can either do daily budget or lifetime budget. If you're going to do an open house ad, you might just do a lifetime budget of, if it's over the course of 3 days or 4 days, maybe do $25 or $30. For me, there's no real secret sauce here, I don't think, or at least none that I've heard of. I usually do $5 a day. Now, also, if you're going to run this as a just listed ad or something like that, then you can run the ad continuously starting today. If you were going to do an open house, you would basically choose this. You would start it on a Thursday and end it on a Sunday. And remember, they've changed it now to Eastern time, which is great. It used to be Pacific up until yesterday, so that's fantastic. Eastern time right there. So maybe they're tagging the actual time zone that we're in. That's fantastic. Brand new. I'm seeing that for the first time today. Show advanced options. There's not much here that you need to check. In fact, there's nothing that I ever check in this area. There may be something eventually, but that's that. Now, I'm going to go back here and select just the run my ad continuously at $5 a day. So now you hit continue. And it's coming from the page, or you can select whatever page. I'm going to bring it from Red Bank Real Estate New Jersey News. It's going to choose the post, And since I only have the one post on this demo account for doing this video, you'll see right here. So I'll select it. You'll see everything we put in before, multiple pictures, all of that. And we are ready to go. And at this point, you scroll down to the bottom to the place order. You hit place order, and you are all set. You have just boosted your first post the right way. So remember what I said before. When you're on the actual Facebook page, do not press the blue boost button. Or if you do press the blue button that's to boost a post, make sure you come back into the ads manager and narrow your targeting a little bit more specifically. As of today, which is February the 7th of 2017, the targeting options are very slim in the boosted post area on the actual Facebook page itself. So I do not recommend that you boost a post from the page. I do recommend you come into the ads manager and set up your boost in that way. Okay, so now you can see we're pending review. Pending review can be anywhere from 5 minutes to several hours. I've even had it go as long as like 18 hours before the ad either gets rejected or gets approved. If it gets approved in this delivery, it will say approved. If not, it'll basically say denied. I can't remember exactly what the wording is. My ads rarely get denied because I don't really push the envelope on things. But for the most part, you'll see. Now, we'll look at a couple stats on a different video. But for the most part, you've got exactly the ingredients that you need for boosting a post, especially for a just listed, a price reduction, an open house, or anything that has anything to do with a listing. If you follow these steps, you will have great success. Most of the time in the engagements, I am at least at 1 or 2 cents per engagement, reaching over the course of 3 days or 4 days, reaching anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 people. And you typically get a relevance score of 10. Now, obviously, I can't guarantee that those will be the results that you get. But in every instance that I've done the ads, and obviously for more than 30 to 40 agents at this point, every person has gotten those results. So I hope that you're able to get those results too. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you on the next video.